Everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is September the 13th. It's Friday the 13th, 2024. And hope you're having a great one out there. It's pretty warm where I'm at. It's supposed to be about 100 degrees. And I'm walking out at Friedrich Park. And I am in my Brooks Extra Butter X Cascadia 18s in size 11.5. If you want to know what to, I guess to help me out with, you know, I'm at my max as far as shoes are concerned, and everything else for that matter. And I know that on this channel I've covered a lot of excessive topics. Like, it's excessive to have, you know, smartwatches and shoes and this, that, and the other. But there are things that help us to do what we're doing better in this fragmented world where everyone is, where many people, I should say, are working about it in an individualistic way. There are some group participants out there who are helping one another out. For an example, I just got the oil changed in my vehicle, and I was helped out greatly by Bernie Chrysler Dodge, and I've got a little bit more to say about that later, but stay tuned. I'm gonna show you some more about these shoes in just a moment. So today I was in a competing pair of shoes. It was a pair of On Cloud Monsters, the Lumos that I've talked about previously. And in those shoes today itself, I completed my fastest 5K ever in just under 40 minutes. So that's still kind of slow, but at the same time, that's a personal best for me. And all I can say is that my health has definitely changed gears. Couldn't figure out how to make a more creative cinematic video in a short amount of time. Check out this branch right here. It's at a good level. Let me see how sturdy it is. Hold on. In fact, hold on. So I just used that branch for some inverted rows. I basically was, imagine doing a plank, but the opposite of a plank. And in this case, it was an assisted plank because I wasn't doing it like straight from the ground. I was doing it at an angle. Bypassing the benches, watching out for the branches. And in general, I'm still feeling younger and younger every day. And a lot of that has to do with the purification of my body by first discontinuing the mass consumption. A lot of people are questioning the methodology, the motive behind doing what I did. And for those people that are questioning, I know there are a lot of other people who have the same questions, but the questions are from more of a place of curiosity, because maybe you yourself have a desire to break the spell, to do some fasting. You know, in the majorly accepted book of peace here, fasting is not suggested. It's mentioned as something that's necessary. So changing gears to something more related to the topic I started out talking about, I've got some interesting shoes. They're all that with extra butter. And seriously, it's a collaboration. extra butter is the collaboration behind these amazing trainers. And you can see I'm wearing them on a variety of terrain. This is the terrain I'm on right now. And these shoes are fantastic. It's not a question of if. Everything that I've managed to wear from these guys have helped me out to perform better. During these times when our ecosystems are challenged in such unique ways, I begin to wonder if we're going to finally realize a junction between producing more things and producing the things that help us to regain our own health and sanity. For a lot of people, myself included, we've gone through periods of anxiety, even walking alone in a place like this for some people. Even myself at certain times. Like imagine in the middle of the night. At certain times, a place like this might be daunting. So it pays to have foot gear that helps us to quietly and safely navigate the course. Now, our ancestral times, of course, would revert to the truth that our body is so adaptable that it's extremely likely that we should consider going a little bit more barefoot now and then. I heard something shake here. It's probably a lizard rattling something, but it sounded enough like a rattle that I wanted to give everything a closer look. You never know what you're gonna find. Here comes that breeze. Listen, it was a real quiet breeze. These are things you don't get unless you're on the trails. And so these shoes are pretty unique for me because they're trail runners, trail trainers. And the lugs on the bottom of them make it very easy to travel over this type of terrain. Plus, hopefully they look good while they're doing it. And by look good, I mean they bring a smile to somebody. They definitely bring a smile to me, just like the other shoes that I had on earlier. All of these items that are well thought out are not well thought out by accident. They were purposefully well thought out. So in a great way, those well-engineered products probably should be the ones circumnavigating all of the bureaucracy and immediately trying to produce things that are carbon neutral. And I don't mean by buying carbon neutral credits, paying dollars to offset expenses. What I mean is actually paying attention to the resources that are accumulating. Imagine all the roadside semi-truck tire debris in conjunction with all the personal tire debris that's out there as well on the highways. Imagine all the boxes from our Amazonian explorations on the internet for consuming things. Imagine all of those being used as additional fuel pellets during these upcoming cold times when people need to warm one another during this and every season, not just specific holidays. But, you know, these are things that we can only imagine when we're in a state of flow, a state of positive energy. And to make the message relatable, I couldn't beat them, so I had to join them. And so even though I'm not being sponsored by any of these people, in fact, a lot of people who I reach out to, smart devices included, when I reach out to them about an error that was made, usually I'm kind of cast out from doing business with them in the future. And it's really interesting how some of these things have happened, but these guys, the ones that I'm referencing, especially in praise, they've been instrumental in helping and to help revolutionize the way things are being done. So I hope that my mediocre channel, with my meager efforts, have struck a chord with you. If they have, tune into some of my other shows. Some of them are filled with music when I was in a different mood, and maybe that'll resonate with you in a different way. But first, I had to find a way to resonate with you to begin with. And like they said back in the day, in my day, it's got to be the shoes, right? Am I gonna get sued for that? I hope not. It's got to be the extra butter. It's got to be the smile, the joy. It's got to be the overall benefit that it brings to the day that we have together. That's basically what it's got to be about. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday the 13th. Until next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.